his crusade for president, Donald Trump gloated of business ability, vowing to acquire top officials to enable him to resuscitate the economy and to buy campaign corporate boss to keep employments in the U.S. Those CEOs are currently deserting him in a mortifying censure for a president who enjoyed awesome summoning corporate titans to the White House and endeavoring to inspire them to curve to his will. After across-the-board feedback for comments that seemed to give authenticity on racial oppressors, Trump is confronting a mass migration of the CEOs he once pursued, an open renouncement that undermines his picture as a specialist and could debilitate his approach motivation on everything from expenses to exchange. Trump said Wednesday he's disbanding 2 counseling gatherings of American business pioneers, following a few CEOs quit for this present week and more were planning to leave in the wake of his remarks that some fine individuals were among neo-Nazis dissenting at a brutal rally in Charlottesville a weekend ago. The week's occasions debilitate to everlastingly discolor Trump's certifications as a business president, undermining an establishment of his political interest and debilitating the Republican Party's center partnership with business interests for whatever length of time that he drives the gathering. The political harm aggravates the hazard the GOP confronts in 2018 midterm races. Corporate officials are presently making a sober-minded estimation that a Republican president's image has turned out to be excessively harmful, said Carlos Gutierrez, director of Albright Stonebridge Group, a Washington Universal System firm that prompts organizations. There's dependably the hazard that CEOs won't have their image related with organization activities, which is to a great degree unsafe for the president's motivation, said Gutierrez, who filled in as Commerce Secretary under President George W. Hedge. The president will require the business group, yet the business group would rather remain out of the White House. On Thursday, the Cleveland Clinic reported that after watchful thought, it would hold its yearly pledge drive at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida in 2018. The center's board had been underweight after right around 1,700 therapeutic understudies, specialists, medical attendants and others scrutinized its utilization of Mar-a-Lago in an open letter a month ago. Holding a clinic pledge drive there emblematically and fiscally underpins a legislator effectively attempting to diminish access to social insurance and cut billions of dollars and inquire about subsidizing, the letter said. Cleveland Clinic CEO Toby Cosgrove had served on the president's Strategic and Policy Forum before Trump disbanded it. Trump opened his administration featuring his associations with titans of industry, consistently acquiring camera teams and correspondents to demonstrate the country a president driving dialogues that incorporated a portion of the best-known names in business. The American Manufacturing Council and Strategic and Policy Forum, both disbanded Wednesday, were each intensely advanced amid the principal days of his administration, as the White House looked to demonstrate its attention on boosting the economy. Business pioneers would regularly flank the president in the Oval Office as he marked enactment and reported new requests. Too costly. With the Republican Party responsible for the White House, and the 2 places of Congress, the consistent stream of business administrators going by the West Wing was displayed by the White House as confirmation that Trump's motivation for boosting the economy was going full speed ahead. Presently, as Congress has attempted to pass enactment amid the Trump time, the disorder encompassing the White House has served to additionally undermine Republicans' picture according to a hazard-unwilling business group, as indicated by strategists and specialists. Graham Wilson, a Boston University teacher who thinks about the crossing point of business and governmental issues, said the scale and profundity of feeling contrary to Trump's announcements is too substantial for administrators to disregard. Remaining with Trump right now, after his strange remarks, is recently too exorbitant for partnerships, Wilson said. This flag from corporate America could likewise broadly affect popular supposition and the unwaveringness of center Republicans to Trump. Splitting away. Some business-situated Republicans who had been gulping hard finished some of Trump's more odd articulations now may split away, Wilson said. Republican officeholders must not simply denounce the brutality by racial oppressor gatherings, they should deny the position Trump has taken or slide into the ethical void with him, said Republican strategist Steve Schmidt, who was a best counsel for 2008 presidential chosen one John McCain. Republicans who trust that the likelihood of expense change exceeds the earnest community need of denouncing racial domination, fanaticism and Nazism are as ethically insensitive as Trump and are probably going to pay an extremely soaked political value, he said. People in general spat amongst Trump and CEOs comes as the White House and the Republican-drove Congress are hoping to propel an update of the duty code. I don't perceive any business that will need to band together with the president on an activity, said Leslie Dotch, a vital interchanges specialist in Washington. Since the shot of it bringing them anguish is huge and the transient upside is thin. Low polls. Indeed, even before the contention encompassing his announcements about the occasions in Charlottesville and the crumple of the monetary gathering, Trump's remaining in Gallup's everyday following survey was at that point close to a record-breaking low for his administration. Only 36% of Americans said they affirm of the employment he's doing, while 58% dislike, in the survey taken August 13 to 15. Kevin Madden, a Republican strategist who was a senior counsel to Mitt Romney in the 2012 presidential crusade, said all is not lost for Trump and his relations with corporate America. The People Group still has an enthusiasm for working together on a monetary motivation, yet they are unquestionably communicating something specific, Madden said. This is an alternate time, where organizations and CEOs are as centered around imparting their organization's esteem notwithstanding thinking about their primary concern. To the degree organizations back Trump activities, it is currently more prone to be value-based, one-time bolster for particular strategies that straightforwardly help them. Alternately, Trump, who has pushed arrangements on movement and exchange that are disliked in the business group, could likewise observe more officials willing to take a stand in opposition to him when they can't help contradicting his plan, said Gutierrez. Organizations had been fairly hesitant, they would prefer not to be on the wrong side of the organization, they would prefer not to be the subject of a tweet, he said. I believe that is rapidly blurring endlessly. The explode might be an indication of things to come. Actually, the Capitol has turned out to be additionally testing territory for corporate pioneers, who go to considerable lengths to avoid debate, as populists press out ace business directs in both the Republican and Democratic gatherings. Washington, regardless of whether it is on the privilege or the left, is a hazardous place at the present time, said Sam Jedoldig, a previous Republican congressional helper and now an accomplice at CGCN Group, a campaigning firm. It is not a place for the frail or the tentative.